If you're someone who's trying to lose weight, but you're struggling to stay consistent, as in like one day you'll be perfect, your food will be on point, it's prepped, you'll exercise, you'll wake up at the right time, you won't have any food cravings, but then the next day you're just completely off the rails and nothing seems to go right, then you need to stick around and watch this video, because I'm going to show you how to get more consistent so you can ultimately lose weight. So before I get into it, you're not alone here. Every single client who comes to work with me struggles with this exact issue. So I'm going to run you through how I address it with them to ultimately fix it and get them losing weight. So the frame I like to teach my clients is raising the floor. So what does that mean, right? You have the floor, which is your absolute worst day. And then you have your ceiling, which is your absolute best day. Now, the mistake people will make is they'll try and take their best day, the day where they're a 10 out of 10, and they try and make that even better. The problem with that line of thinking is your best is already good enough. You know yourself that on your best day, you're doing the work required. The issue is just you can't stay consistent with it. It's your days where you're at your floor or your worst, they're the issue. So instead of trying to make your best better, instead of trying to make that 10 out of 10 day into an 11 out of 10 day, all you need to do is take that day where you're a 0 out of 10 and take it to a 3 or a 4 out of 10. So you're raising the floor, you're raising your minimum standard. Just that shift alone can quite often be all that you need to start seeing positive results. Because what's happening is that day where you're at a 10 out of 10 and you're perfect, you make one step forward. But then that other day where you're completely off the rails and you're a 0 out of 10, you lose that progress and go one step backwards. Whereas if you can think of just raising the floor, on those days where you crush it, you'll make one step forward. But on the days where you don't crush it, you won't make that one step backwards, you'll stay the same. So I'm telling you right now, you don't need to make your best better. Your best is already good enough. You need to make your worst day better. So how do we go about doing that? You do it by setting yourself non-negotiable or minimum standards that you never fall below. An example of this would be, no matter what happens, I always commit to a 10-minute walk every single day. Or no matter what, I always commit to just tracking my food daily. You just want to have one habit that no matter what happens, you always commit to it. Just setting this standard is going to be a game changer for you. No longer will you tolerate anything less than that. In the same way that if you're in a relationship, you wouldn't tolerate someone that's abusive, or you wouldn't tolerate someone who's an alcoholic, whatever that is for you, you wouldn't tolerate that. Exactly the same with your health. There is some things that you just will not tolerate and you will not deviate from. You just need one thing. And the beauty of this one thing is it doesn't have to be complicated or hard. It should be something that you know that you could do every single day. So go ahead and set yourself that minimum standard. Could be something as simple as just going to bed by 10 p.m. every night. Because you know, if you go to bed at the right time, you'll get a good night's sleep, you'll wake up energized, and when you're energized, you'll be more likely to eat healthy and you'll be more likely to exercise. And the very first step for you raising that floor is right now, I want you to go in the comments and post your minimum standard, your non-negotiable, that no matter what, you are going to commit to it 100%. So that's all I have for this video. Remember, your best, it's already good enough. You need to focus on raising the floor. And if you haven't already, non-negotiable in the comments.